What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be doing a kind of how-to video based on a question that I received from a friend. And this question, I'm going to read it quote unquote from how it was mentioned to me. And it goes like, I want to better myself, blah, blah, blah. So I'm lost as to where I should begin with my workout routine and what foods I should eat. I want to slim down and get gains. My main short-term goal at the moment is to lose as much fat as possible, as quickly as possible, then work on making some gains. I need some advice. Perfect. Alright, so this is a very common question that a lot of people have, and it's probably the most asked question in fitness in general, because of the level of, I guess, confusion there is around it. There's so many different videos telling you different things on how things should work, and I think that a lot of it is correct. I think it's just packaged incorrectly, or people don't take it the right way, because some things are not for everyone. You know what I mean? So let's start with my top 3 tips on what you can do to get there as quickly as possible and as safely as possible in order for you to maintain that lifestyle. Because when things happen quickly and fast, and it's just not the same, and it's not as efficient as somebody who adopts a lifestyle, because that's what this is in a sense. You know, being a healthy physique and, you know, trying to do this and that, it requires an actual lifestyle commitment. So this isn't something that you can do for 2 or 3 weeks and then, you know, you're good to go. Because as soon as you start slacking, you start forgetting about your nutritional values and what you need to do and your macros and all that good stuff, then at that point you're gonna go back to the same place where you were to begin with. And that's when people start getting frustrated, and that's when they hit that wall or that plateau where it's just like, I can't seem to lose any weight. What can I do? So the thing about it is consistency and learning to adopt that lifestyle. And what lifestyle am I talking about? For me in particular, I strongly believe in if it fits your macros, IFYM. So basically that's the idea of being able to consume the foods that you desire, but you have to make sure that it fits your macros for the day. And what are your macros? So your macros are basically your macronutrients, right? You have your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. Those are your top 3, your main 3 macronutrients, and then you have your micronutrients. We're not really going to get into a discussion about that right now. The main thing right now is your macros. So your protein, fat, and carbs, like I said. So when you're trying to lose weight, you definitely want to cut back on your carbs, not to 0, but you definitely want to cut back to the point where it's taking up maybe 20 to 25, maybe 30% of your daily consumption of calories. And then your fats, you maybe want to drop that to about the same, if not less, maybe 15 to 20% of your daily caloric intake. And then the rest of that, well, what's left? Protein, right? So yes, protein. You want to consume as much protein as possible. I'm thinking maybe anywhere from, you know, the standard thing for everyone is 1 gram of protein per body weight. So for every pound of muscle, for every pound of body weight that you have, they recommend that you consume 1 gram of protein. So for this particular scenario, looking at this, we definitely want to go up to maybe about a 1.5 of what your normal body weight is. So this is just based on my statistics of what I do. I'm doing about 1.3% more than what I'm supposed to consume. So based on that information, your protein should maybe take up the remainder of that, which would probably be around 60 to 50% of your freaking daily caloric intake. And why, you ask? Because protein is going to help you maintain your muscle mass. It's going to help you create more muscle mass. And when you're trying to cut and maintain with some kind of gain level, you definitely want to keep that in there in order for you to not become frail skinny, which is not attractive, and that's definitely not what we want, right? So we want to be able to hold on to as much muscle mass as possible while we're cutting. And that's where the protein comes in. So that answers the first question. Find out what your macros are. If you don't know what macros are and how to find your macros, you need to check the IFYM website. I'm going to link 2 specific videos that I really enjoy from Matt Ogus, because he's a macro nerd and he has everything down to the scientific terms, and he'll explain everything, exactly how everything is. I'll put a link to it around here, and then you can go check that out, and then he'll explain exactly how you can set up your macros so you know exactly how much protein, how much carb, and how much fat you're supposed to be eating per day. And that way you're not, going off the rails with, guesswork and just kind of going in and out. So counting that definitely works. It takes all the guesswork out of it, so you're not guessing how much you're eating. You're not guessing, you're not leaving it up to faith in a sense. You know for a fact that if you eat this many calories and you do this much cardio, you do this much work, you're going to lose weight. It's a science. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you do this, this, and this, that's the result. So that's why I enjoy counting macros and the whole IFYM lifestyle. Another reason why, because when you have these strict diets or these bullshit strict diets that people follow, where it's just, reheated chicken fucking rice all day long, reheated chicken and rice all day long, or fucking, cauliflower and tilapia or some dumb shit like that. How honest are you, bro? Like, are you really going to do that every single fucking day of your life? No, you're not. That's gonna last a week, 2 weeks max, and then you're gonna hate your life, and you're gonna have a binge eating day, and then everything is gonna go to shit. I don't want to hear it. This is a fucking fact that there is nobody out there who does, that particular kind of diet. It does not work, and having those kind of cheat days, that thing does not work out either, because then you're just looking forward to it more and more. In my opinion, IFYM allows you to have more flexibility in what you want to eat. So if today you want to have a fucking burger, go ahead, but just know that the rest of your day needs to be planned around that particular burger you just ate. So if that burger fills up your whole carb intake for the whole day and your whole fat intake for the day, then that is the only fucking thing you're eating that day, and then you better make up your fucking protein from something else, whether it's egg whites, protein powder, whatever the fuck you need to do. You need to make it work. So this allows you to be very cautious about your foods, and it allows you to plan ahead, so I guess going forward, once you're done with your diet, you know how to keep track of your foods and your intakes, and you're not, tempted to splurge and just eat whatever, and have one of those shitty cheat days like people have when they're doing those other strict diets where you're just going off the rails and consuming 400 grams of fat. It's just stupid. So this way you're always on track, you're always focused, you're always under your caloric intake that you're supposed to be at, but you're still getting to enjoy some of the foods that you want at your will. And that to me works out a lot better than somebody who follows a strict diet and then binge eats on their cheat day and then just goes off the walls with it. And that's just my honest opinion. That's what I feel about IFYM. Macro counting is the most important thing. And just to put this on a very basic level, if you eat less and do more, you will lose weight. It's that simple. To put it in the big perspective, I guess the bottom perspective is macro counting and calorie counting, and obviously doing your cardio, and that's not optional. You 100% have to do cardio in order for you to lose a reasonable amount of weight that you desire. It's just eating right is not enough, and that's when people start starving themselves and all that bullshit. So don't go down that path. You definitely need to do your cardio. I recommend doing 30 minutes of cardio either after your workout or fasted cardio in the morning before you start your day, because it gets your blood flowing, metabolism spikes up. It's just a lot better for you in the morning. If you can do it in the morning, perfect. If not, personally I cannot, because I wake up early for work anyway, and it's just not gonna work out for me. So I do my cardio right after my workout. That way I'm not wasting my calories on cardio. I punish my workout first, and then whatever remains, I'm getting to hack into those fats once I'm doing my cardio at the end of the workout. So that works out for me. There's no runarounds around the cardio. You do have to do cardio for some extent. I mean, if you're just starting out and you don't do cardio, maybe try doing it 3 times a week, and then next week do 4 times a week, and then the day after that do 5 times a week, and then after that, eventually it starts becoming a habit. Once it becomes a habit, you're gonna do it without even noticing. You're gonna start doing your cardio. Don't skip out. It makes all the difference in the world. So your diet and your cardio is going to be everything during your cut. So that's for me. Those are my first 2 initial things I'm going to talk about. Like I said, is just those macros and cardio. The third thing I'm going to recommend for anybody looking to cut weight quickly, the first thing that happens when you start losing weight, it happens very quickly for most of us. You know why? Because a lot of us tend to hold what's water weight. So water weight is because a lot of us don't drink enough water. Right, yeah, you think maybe having that one little Deer Park water bottle is enough. Definitely not, dude. You are required by bro science to drink an entire gallon a day. 1 gallon a day, and then you're good to go. You can have more. I wouldn't recommend having any less. I personally have a gallon, maybe a gallon and a half every day, and that allows me to reduce my water weight overall. So what happens is the body, if you don't put enough water in your body starts to hold on to water because it doesn't know when it's going to get more water. So you know, if you're only drinking a cup of water a day, then your body's going to be like, what the fuck? When am I going to get water again? Another 24 hours until I get a small sip of water? So it's going to hold on to that shit, and it's going to go right into wherever you bloat first. For me, it's my face. So I lose my jawline immediately once I start getting bloated and once I start retaining water. My face gets poofy, and that's the first place it gets fat. Everybody's different. Some people hold weight in their fingers, in their arms, in their legs, wherever it is, you probably know. And that's exactly what you need to look for to know if you're holding water weight. So with that being said, do your absolute best to drink as much water as possible. It's going to flush out the toxins, and your body knows that you consume a lot of water anyway. So once it gets used to you consuming so much water, it's just going to flush it all out. It's going to keep you hydrated, and at that point, it's going to flush all the water that's already stuck in your system. The water that's been sitting there thinking that there's not going to be any more, all that's going to get flushed out, and you're going to be refreshed, rehydrated. You're rehydrated, your skin's going to glow, you're going to feel so much better. There's no downsides to drinking water. I mean, if you drink too much water, yeah, there's probably some shit that happens, but a gallon a day, maybe even 2 gallons a day is not going to hurt you in any kind of way, honestly. So that's it. I would definitely recommend your gallon of water. Get your fucking gallon of water. That is probably the easiest thing you can do, and that's probably one of the most assertive ways you're going to lose the first initial 5 to 10 pounds even just off of water weight. So I fucking kid you not, these 3 things, do these 3 things for 1 week. Literally, just do this for 1 week. Do these 3 things for 1 week. Right now, go figure out your macros, write it down, eat your exact caloric needs for that day, do your 30 minutes of cardio, and make sure you drink your 1 entire gallon of water for that entire day. And I fucking guarantee you, by the end of the week, if this is your first week of trying to lose weight, by the end of this week, you're going to lose anywhere from 5 to 6 pounds. And it's not an unhealthy weight loss. This is because it's water weight. You're going to lose a lot of it very quickly. Now, if you start maintaining this and doing this and having a habit of doing this progressively, then you're going to start to eventually hack into the real fats in your body. But that does not take a week. Anybody who tells you that is a fucking liar. There's just absolutely no way for you to do that naturally as a natural bodybuilder or natural physique person or whatever. Anybody who's not taking any kind of extracurricular drugs, there's absolutely no way for you to lose weight quickly in a safe manner, in a sense. It takes time. It takes a lot of time and consistency for you to be able to do that, and that's exactly the reason why I strongly suggest that you go for something like IFYM, where it's something that's sustainable and that you can hold on to this lifestyle, not just for this 1-2 weeks, but for the entire span of your life. It's essentially is learning how to eat, basically. So this is a tool or a resource that you're going to be able to use for the rest of your life. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I personally would recommend. I'm not going to get into too much specific details on how macros work. I'm not going to get into specific details about supplements right now. You can take fat burners. Are they necessary? Not so much. I started taking them now because I kind of hit a plateau of weight loss. I kind of stagnated at 166. So now I'm starting to use my fat burners, and I'm starting to sweat a lot more during my workouts, but that's not necessary for this video. This video is about your first week of cutting, how to approach your first week of cutting, and how to guarantee yourself a minimum of a 5-pound weight loss. So guys, I dare you to try this. I absolutely would love for you to try this. Please prove me wrong. If you do exactly what I told you and you don't lose minimum of 5 pounds in this first week of you doing this consistently to the bone, then I am wrong and I'm a piece of shit, and you can comment at the bottom and tell me I am wrong as fuck. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't. So anyway guys, that's freaking awesome. That's it for this video. It's just an informative clip. I hope that it helps you guys out. I know that this was something that I had to learn going along. You know, I was one of those people who just did cardio all my life. You know, I was trying to play soccer in high school, and all I did every single night was cardio, 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 cardio. And you know what? I lost a ton of fucking weight, but I was a fucking bone. I was a skeleton, dude, and that's not attractive. What we're doing on this page, we're trying to create attractive, great physiques, and we're trying to make you guys better and confident and have some muscle mass and look good while doing it. So with that being said, guys, that's it for this clip. If you guys enjoy this, if you find this helpful, or if you have any other comments or anything regarding what this topic is about, please leave a comment at the bottom. If this has helped you and at the end of this week you have been able to lose those 5 pounds, then please leave a comment. Let me know. Show me some pics. Show me some result pics. Show me something. Let me know that I'm doing a good job so that I can continue making these videos for you guys, because I have a lot to share and I hope that this goes on forever. I'm just going to talk forever. Guys, that's what I do. Alright, guys.